Hello, today I'm going to show two sketchbooks. There's this one, number 18. It's from July 12th to August 28th. And then a smaller one. This just has 8 paintings. It's a new style that I've been doing. So let's start here. This is the Jefferson Market Gardens on 6th Avenue, Bigelow Pharmacy. Mailbox. Love those postal workers. This is kind of a wild and crazy one of my living room. Looking out the window. These windows look out to a beautiful park, city park. This is on 116th Street, looking across Broadway towards Columbia University. This is in Flushing I went to H Mart, and this is a Paris Baguette, and they have seating outside, and I was sitting there having my iced coffee. Sitting at my favorite cafe, the Espresso 77, which is 2 blocks up the street. They have outside seating now as well. This is what I see out my window. Sometimes there are people sleeping on the benches, people wearing masks. This is at Greeley Square. That's Horace Greeley, right near Macy's in Manhattan. This is kind of a bird's eye view of what I see in the park, with a lot of people come and chat every morning, different sorts of people, men's groups, women's groups, young people, old people, you name it. This is at my cafe in the village, another mailbox. This is a bus route, construction going on. I kind of like the trees in the back. This one of the few remaining gas stations in Manhattan. It was kind of a difficult picture to draw with the angles and things. So I went back the next day, and that's the same picture actually, but from a little bit different angle. I got Superman and the Union Buster rat. This is at my cafe in Greenwich Village. That's the Bigelow Pharmacy, and looking to the right, there are restaurants that have the awnings up now and outdoor seating. This cafe that I sit at is also they sell plants, huge plants. I went down into Soho to see about a fountain pen and got some iced coffee and was taking in the scenes. Some of it is outdoor dining. There's a woman who works for the post office with her push cart. Also in Soho, it's called the Lola Taverna, and they're set up to have outdoor seating as well. This is right by the Plaza Hotel on 5th Avenue, and I saw an ice cream truck. I couldn't resist, and the father and his daughter having their ice cream. My friend Sylvie and I took a trip out to Mass Mocha in North Adams, Massachusetts. It's a day trip to see the Museum of Contemporary Art, which is located in a factory, an unused factory complex of all these beautiful old brick buildings. They have lots of space to display all kinds of modern art. It's really kind of neat. And they have picnic benches there too, and they paint them a weird color, which is kind of nice for people who paint. There's all sorts of artifacts of the factory life. This is some sort of machinery and a sluice for water to run down that I saw when you went outside. And these are the Berkshires in the background, Berkshire Mountains. This is back in the city on LaGuardia Place. Just the whole scene appealed to me. There's a dumpster and these orange things, and it was getting late and the mosquitoes were starting to bite me, so I really had to hurry, and I think the picture came out better for it. Greenwich Village, this is the Julius Bar, and they serve a great hamburger. On this side is the Three Lives bookstore, where I buy most of my books. Buy them in person rather than online. Went out to visit my friends John and Danielle in Jeffersonville in the Catskills. And since they work, I did a lot of day trips. This is in Roscoe, New York. And it's a house that I thought was really pretty. And I sat in my car, so that's why you see the rearview mirror there. Also in Roscoe, there's on this side there's a railroad museum, and this is where the caboose and a passenger car are, and the Catskills in the back. The next day I went to the town of Callicoon, and it also has used to have a railroad come through. It still might, actually. And this is kind of like a Victorian hotel with a mansard roof. And it's a lot of interesting, used to be kind of a resort town, I think, in its heyday. Third day, I went to Narrowsburg, which is on the border between New York and Pennsylvania, and it sits right on the Delaware River. This is a grain factory that's still in operation. I kind of liked all the busyness going on. This is the main street of Narrowsburg. And that's the bridge that goes over the Delaware River. There were people rafting there. I was in a little pavilion that looked out on it. But that's not all. I finished those wide-angle books. I wanted to get back to more rectangular pictures. But I wanted to try a better paper. And the only way to do it was to make my own sketchbook. So this is... I had made it to make a card, but I didn't like the color duplication. This is a sketch I did of the Imperial Theater when I went to see Ain't Too Proud to Beg, the story of the Temptations with Marvin and Alex. So this is real watercolor paper. So, oh, it's upside down. And that's the end. Here we go. Here we go. So this is it's a whole new ball game because I can do really delicate things and get incredible washes, and it holds the color better. So this was sitting in one of my favorite restaurants, La Contenta West on 11th Street and 6th Avenue, and I was having my iced coffee, and these are where city bikes are parked and our mailbox. God bless the mailman. Like I said, I'm new to this grade of paper, so I kind of screwed up the back, but that doesn't matter. You can do things in pictures. It was important to me to have a mailbox in anyway, so, and I like these traffic signal stuff, and I got the trash can with all the things piling up. This is 6th Avenue and Jefferson Market Garden. My friend Suni and I went to H Mart. We go there quite often, every couple of weeks. And after H Mart, the Korean grocery store, we went to Bone Park, which has this beautiful duck pond. And they have a lot of Canadian geese. There's some over here too. And a fountain and a little island with a bunch of turtles. I was practicing my trees and my clouds. This is another park, but this park is built on top of a water treatment plant. It's kind of like sewage plant, which is right on the Hudson River. And on top of the plant, they built this big park, and they even have a beautiful restaurant there, among other things. And I went there with my friend Sandra. That's Upper Manhattan off in the distance. Back out in, this was in Jeffersonville. It's the fire department there. And this pink building is a new, they call it the bake shop. So they have a little coffee shop and baked goods and stuff. So this is the living room in my friend Danielle and John's house, and they have a big screen. I spent quite a bit of time binge watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, throwback to the 50s. Really like it. On my way back from Jeffersonville on Sunday, I took all local roads until I got to Bear Mountain on the Hudson River, and this was a small city on the way. The highway passes by. It's called Ellenville, and they have everything. They have a little Mexican restaurant. They have a movie theater that's been converted to a theater for plays, I guess, and restaurants and Sunday brunch, and really nice little town. Back in the city yesterday, I was on the Upper West Side, and walking down Broadway, West End Avenue, I noticed this is called the West End Lounge. I guess it's a jazz club, and these are the stanchions for the city bikes where they park them. So that's my last one. Thank you.